My name is Amy Watts. I'm a member of the Collaborative for Citizen-Directed Supports. I also just so happen to be the coordinator of learning and development over at Neighbors Inc. My co-presenter today is Amy Jeetle, so we call her Amy J and Amy W. Amy Jeetle is from Values into Action and is also one of the founding members of the Collaborative. We're really glad to see you today, and I thank you very much for your time. We are really thrilled to show off this resource that we created with the grant funding from the New Jersey Council for Developmental Disabilities. And we're glad you're here to come and learn about it today. So we lovingly have started calling this our interactive map. So to get started there, we're going to talk a little bit about what the collaborative is all about. We are a combination of agencies that are like-minded in that self-direction is just the absolute only way to go. That giving people the resources they need to self-direct and to lead their own lives is literally the best and only way that support services should be designed and organized. But we are a membership organization dedicated to expanding as many opportunities as we can for people with disabilities to fully participate in the design, delivery, and evaluation of their services with whatever supports they need from the people they want to have in their lives. This means that people and their families are supported in living the lives of their own meaning and their own choosing. And that's the core philosophy and what drives everything we do. Our current members right now are these companies, so Gold Medal, Values into Action, Service Access and Management Incorporated, Neighbors Inc., and Royal Community Supports. We are the main members, and these three wonderful companies, both of which Amy and I are members of, and Ileana Castro, who's here, she's representing Gold Medal. We're the ones that help design and facilitate this interactive map. So right now in our map, so let me go back a little bit. So the reason this map kind of exists is, well, COVID. So COVID hit, and all of a sudden kind of day programs closed, and families were having some struggles and didn't want or were uncomfortable with having staffing supports come to their home. And we had a dual need. We had these really great people who were used to being staff, who could provide really great supports for individuals who didn't have hours. And we had families who said, oh, wow, I had originally been doing this sort of service or supports, and I need more help. So I said, well, how do we get these two people in touch with each other? And oh, by the way, how do we actually do this in a way that is virtual and makes sense and is easy to use? So that was kind of the brainchild of how this map got started. And so we designed a thing, and I'll show you a little bit later in our presentation. I'm actually going to open it up and kind of play with it and show you exactly what it looks like. But what we decided is we needed to find a way to get the information that's most important. So we talked about it and found that one of the most frustrating things about finding staff is you find this really great person and they live too far away. Or you find this really great person and they aren't available for the hours that you need them to be available for. Or you think this is a great person, but you really wish it was a man versus a woman. Like you really wish you wanted a woman to come work with you rather than a man. So we took some really basic information, and it's all those main frustration factors, right? So we found a way to collect the information about somebody's gender, where they live, and what hours they're available for, and put that information up front so that people kind of scrolling through our interactive map already have access to some of those basic bits of information, because nobody wants that staff that lives an hour and a half away who starts immediately complaining about how long it takes to get there and you can't pay them to come to your house, and they don't know what's going on in your neighborhood. So nobody kind of wants that. They might be the perfect person, but that's not really working for you. Or you thought they were available on weekends, but now they're not. So we kind of worked on some of those factors. We figured, let's get that information out there first so that people have some of the basic information already at their fingertips and can make these really good matches for people. We have this available for both companies, so qualified providers that are contracted with DDD to provide staffing supports. And right now, these are the 4 that are using our map right now. We also have the ability to indicate whether or not it's an SDE or a self-directed employee, or in not using any DDD terms, this great human being who could come to you and kind of be your support staff that's not connected to any sort of agency. So for right now, these are the 4 agencies that are using our map. We like to give them a shout out because they're contributing members and we're really thrilled to have them. So why would a qualified provider want to advertise on this map? Well, one, it's really significantly cheaper than advertising anyplace else. We don't put a limit on the number of individuals that you can advertise that you need or looking for work and for hours. We ask for $150 per quarter, which literally could be like one listing someplace else, but we will give that to you for 3 months. And if you post for 6 months, we'll only add $100 to it, so you get a discount, and it'll be $250 for 6 months. And this rate's affected for this calendar year. But if you see on here is some of the things that I talked about. It's the company. This is the Ileana who's here. So this is Ileana. So the agency representative is here. What kind of level of care? So if somebody needs a significant amount of, say, personal care or a lot of help, or they need less, you could actually indicate that here. When that person's available, can they drive people in their vehicle? This is a woman who lives in Paramus. So if you lived in that area, you would already have some of that information available. And I'm a talker. If anyone needs to ask a question, please feel free to rave. Ileana will let me know. I can't see everyone's faces, but Ileana will let me know. Ileana or Amy will let me know if somebody's waving at me, but please feel free to make me stop talking and ask questions. If you are an SDE, like I mentioned, if you are somebody who would like to provide supports for someone with a disability, you can use this with no charge. So you can advertise your availability as to and to where you want to work and kind of the level of care that you're able to provide. So you can advertise for free, as can self-advocates or their families. So if you as a person are looking for staff, you can use this resource for free and just post it on there and give a contact information and have people come to you. You can also use this map to go and search for what you need as well. And we're going to kind of go over that a little bit. So on our map legend, we've got 3 main qualifications. We've got kind of our little hands with the heart. That's a qualified provider or someone who's contracted with DDD to work with self-directed budgets. The SDE or self-directed employee is a little person who's walking. And then the plus sign is somebody who needs help. So they're that's a family or an individual who's looking for some staff. This is a really great resource for someone who's a support broker or someone who's a support coordinator. You can literally go on. There's no charge for anyone to use the map. It's free for anyone to use. So you can go on. If your family someone says, God, I need a staff for such and such, you can look here and see what's available. And what's great, with the 2 different legends is that if you know your family kind of works or the family you support needs a person who's connected to an agency because that's what works for them and their supports, you have the distinction between that and an SDE. So again, whichever kind of way that works for you to provide those staffing supports, you'll know. You'll know because you'll see the different legend. You can offer it to your families or individuals as an advertise to look for and advertise their own needs. So you can even come out of the picture and give them the power and say, here's a place that you can go to advertise your own. You go advertise and let me know if you find somebody. So it's a great resource for that. And as a support coordinator, sometimes I get qualified providers who are like, hey, I've got stuff available in this area. Let me know if anybody needs anything. I immediately send them on over to the collaborative and to use this interactive map so that they can advertise their staff and resources, because then it's not just limited to me. If I don't have somebody in that area who needs somebody, it doesn't mean that someone else doesn't. And that would be a really great resource for them to use too. So I want to be really clear on what the map can and cannot do for you. What the map will do is advertise staffing needs and availability and is a resource or a hub for people to kind of come and define the supports they need and gets people in touch with each other. So that's what that contact information kind of spot is for, is so people can directly contact each other. It will not do any contact for you. It's literally the place for you to find the contacts. It will not replace your support broker or your support coordinator. It will not enroll, screen, or train your staff. So I'm not going to guarantee that this is the staff and they are trained exactly right for you. I'm just going to get you in touch with each other and you can go find that out. Okay, so we're not going to enroll anybody. We're not going to add anyone to your budgets. We're not going to do any of that part, but we will provide this space for you to go find what you need or to advertise that you've got some staffing supports that you'd like to try to get filled. All right, let me show you what it looks like. Ta-da! So you click on the website. I know I'm all like geekily excited about, technology. So click on the website. If you notice right up here, it says interactive map. So you're going to click on that and it talks about our interactive map. And it is right here. Now it's got some great colors on it. So I'm going to make it bigger. Oh dear, how big is it? There we go. Someone want to give me a town? Someone want to give me a town to look for?
Cherry Hill.
Cherry Hill, rock on. That's my neck of the woods. All right.
That's mine too. I lived in Cherry Hill.
Awesome. So we're down here and oh, look, in Cherry Hill, there's nobody directly around you. There's somebody down here and here's Shamong. Oh, Burlington Township. Here we go.
Yeah.
But not too far from here. This is somebody who lives in Willingboro, which is not that far from you. They're available Sunday through Wednesday, all day, and Thursday and Saturday mornings. And it's a woman, and they work with home care. So if you were interested in contacting this person, you could do the phone number, or you could you could go and take this and make an email and say, hey, I'm interested in, and you could use this reference number right here, because that's the number of a person that this company has available, number of this person who's available in your area. And the little pluses are people looking for. So this is someone who's looking for somebody. They're looking for someone, right? So for 32 hours a week, and this is somebody who's 32, and is a guy who's 32, who's looking for somebody for these hours. And that's that little plus. We scroll a little bit. Yeah, Trenton's still not too bad from Cherry Hill. It's about 35 minutes.
That's where I work in Trenton. Yep.
Gotcha. Well, so you would have somebody in Willingboro. Anyone else want to give me another town that we can look in?
Somebody put Pompton Plains into the map.
Okay, help me out. I'm guessing that's north.
Yeah. And I think Passaic County. Looks like there's a lot available up there.
So I'm going to keep on clicking until I can start seeing some town names. All right, help me out here. Where do I go?
I think it's up north more.
Is it more north?
I think so.
Oh, there's Passaic. Okay.
Very north, she says.
Peterson, Perez.
Are we in the right? Are we hot here, Pam? Are we close?
I'm trying to look the chat. I think you are. Yep, you're in the area. Keep going.
Northwest. Northwest is left.
Yeah, to the left. To the left.
Up, Amy.
Where 287 Franklin Lakes is. I see us.
I see 287. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, Riverdale, Pompton. Hold on, you're going too high. It's left bottom, Pequannock Township. There it is.
Pequannock Township. Okay. Yep. All right. Well, let me
go down. There it is. There it is.
Pompton Plains. Look, I have one right in Pompton Plains. So there is a guy. He says contact for there's availability, but there's a guy who lives in Pompton Plains who is available to work. There's even I don't know how far away Wayne is, but again, so there's a woman who lives in Wayne, and again says contact for availability, and another woman in Wayne.
Wow, the next town's over. Good to know. Thank you.
Yep, and I don't see any other. Let me just undo, see if I can get anybody else. Nope, that looks like the three that are in your area. See? Cool. So that's how it works, right? So you as a family member or somebody who's looking for staff, literally go to the map, find your town, and see what's available. If you are a contracted agency, you see that I can literally go on, and each agency has their own little color. So I can go on, someone could go on and click on someone in the area and then contact you directly and say, hey, I'm interested in hiring the staff that was on the interactive map and use the little reference number so they'd know exactly which person they were talking about. Any questions? All right. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Amy J to talk about the collaborative a little bit more.
Amy Watts. So just want to say thank you to the New Jersey Council on Developmental Disabilities who honored us with a grant of support to help execute this map. So this project is made possible by the council and we're very grateful for that funding. We're hoping to sustain the longevity of the map through the agency participation, and that's why there's a cost associated with the map for organizations and agencies to participate. And it's simply so that we can maintain, like I said, the longevity of it. And because of the popularity of the map, we were able to use some of the funding to hire a self-advocate, Anthony Vasquez, who is on our webinar today, as well as Joe Wagner, who is going to be our map facilitator, or is our map facilitator, I should say. So when you're corresponding with the collaborative via email, it's generally going to be one of them that's responding to you. On occasion, it might be myself or Amy Watts as well. But those are our right-hand men right now, so to speak, for lack of a better term, who are really helping to make the magic happen behind the scenes for the collaborative and for the interactive map. Did you guys want to say hi?
Good afternoon. Looking forward to supporting you in your need for any support.
Hi, I'm Anthony Vasquez. I'm looking forward to work with you guys. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you, gentlemen. So we have in the chat, I entered the website name. It's www.collaborativnj.org. You can visit us on there on the map. We also just instituted our 2021 Constitution. So we're open for new members who would be a person, a family member, or a professional organization that's looking to join our efforts. We do things outside the collaborative besides the interactive map. And so some of the information, all of the information about membership you can find on the website as well. And for those of us that are on the webinar today, and for those that are registered, I'm going to send you a follow-up email with this recording. And also just to let you know, in order to do that, when you guys registered, for me to do a mass email blast, I had to enter you into our constant contact account, which is the only way I can do mass mailings. And because of that, you're auto-subscribed to the collaborative's communications via email. If you don't want to receive them, you just need to click unsubscribe at the end, the bottom of the email that will be sent out later today or tomorrow with this recording. Just so you know, we don't inundate or bombard you with a tremendous amount of emails. It's really just going to be about events that we're hosting, collaborations, maybe shout outs to individuals that are working among the IDD community to give them accolades for the work that they're doing. We also most recently were asked to help out the Applied Self-Direction for submitting quotes for their website on what it means to a person who uses self-directed services. So you may see things along those lines, but if you're not interested in that, you just need to click unsubscribe and you won't receive emails anymore.
Anyone have any questions?
Such a quiet group, you guys.
No, right?
Don't be shy, we're all family here.
All right. Does anyone need to see anything else, or?
Actually, Amy, I can think of a question that came up via email recently from a map participant, an individual who utilizes the map. And they had asked, does their listing expire if they submit a request to the collaborative to have it posted on the website and on the map, does their listing expire? And the answer to that question is no, your listing does not expire. If you no longer want to be listed on the map, and if you've found services and supports and are no longer in need of a map listing or posting, just email us and we'll have your listing removed for you. But other than that, it's going to stay up until you tell us to take it down.
Yep, and you'll receive, that's kind of part of what Anthony and Joe are going to be doing, is kind of reaching out and making sure, saying, hey, are you still interested? Were you able to find staff? How did you find the experience? So we'll definitely be reaching out to you. It's not like you kind of plop it on there and you never talk to us again. So we'll definitely be reaching out to you and saying like kind of, hey, were you able to find something, and things along those lines to make sure we're there. All right, great. Oops. So do you recommend we notify providers of us, such as those who already provide community-based supports, your support coordinator? Absolutely. As I was saying, I'm also a part-time support coordinator. So I also, anytime somebody reaches out to me and says like, oh, let me know if you have any people looking for staff, I definitely send them here. So yeah, please do. We would love it. As I said, for companies, it is way cheaper to work and post with us than it is any other place. So can you search the map with a location? No, you can't like type in a location and it pops up. You got to kind of do what I did and sort of move the map around and kind of figure out, which is why I am like the worst person to do that. I am directional challenged, but definitely, like, if you know kind of where you are and where you're looking, go to that part of the map and then just push the little plus sign to kind of expand it out until you see your exact area and where you're interested in looking. So you can't kind of type it in, it just brings you to it. Boy, I wish it did that. That would be kind of cool. Yeah. Probably a little past our technology. We were all excited about this one.
These are great questions.
All right, how about we stop the recording, and then if anybody wants to come on screen and kind of chat, we could do it that way too.